it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, except today is not really a build because there's a story along with it, but this is a speed landscaping video, I suppose. I'm probably still going to call it a speed build though, because otherwise that's just confusing. Anyway, so story time before I talk about the house. Well, in relation to the house, I suppose. My external hard drive, where I keep all of my YouTube videos and everything related to my YouTube channel in general. I have some backup stuff of the important things, like my thumbnails I have for the most part backed up, except not so much the recent ones, but I do have like some copies of things just in case on my my regular HD drive, but yeah. So what happened is my external hard drive sort of fell on the floor and now it's unreadable. My computer can't read it. It doesn't even recognize that it's plugged in at this point. So long story short, I lost all my videos and everything. And as far as my video for last week, I did have a build. This is the build that I was gonna make, but I didn't lose any of my Sim series videos, so that's good news, I guess. If you watch some of my other series, they might take a little jump in progress because I might have lost the video in between that I had already made. But yeah, for my Sims videos, only this one was affected, which is kind of a bummer because this house is probably my biggest house since I built the Queen Mansion for my recreation builds a while ago from the TV show Arrow. This build is also on a 64 by 64 lot like that one was. The house is similar size. It's just such a big build. I probably spent about 15 plus hours building this, and then I lost it all. So yeah, that's where the bummer part comes in. But I decided to kind of salvage the build at least by doing a landscaping video because I hadn't finished the landscaping yet. I actually hadn't finished the entire interior, but what I had left was the upstairs. So I just wasn't feeling like that was going to be a good speed build because who wants to see bedrooms? They're so simple and boring, and they all look the same no matter how you do them. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I know all the rooms are sort of just the same items that you use. Like the bedroom is just the bed and the end table and a desk, and that's what I always put in all my bedrooms. And yeah, the living room is just a couch and a TV and whatnot, but there's so many more living room items, and little things can change the whole look of the living rooms, I feel like, and I just don't feel the same about bedrooms. No matter what style you do, they pretty much always look the same because it's just a bedroom. So yeah, the bedrooms are boring. I didn't want to record me building the upstairs because it's just boring. I just said that, but you know, sorry for the rambling. Anyway, I just decided to do the landscape video instead. I figured that one would work out just as well, and I would get some use out of the build. I was going to finish it anyway, regardless if I couldn't get my build back, which, you know, who knows, maybe I will get my hard drive back at some point, and I'll be able to recover some stuff on it, in which case I will upload the actual house build for this lot, because it's actually a really nice house and I liked it a lot. There's a lot of space. I think there's like 3 living rooms and couches everywhere, so you know, lots of places to sit for no reason. And there's also, I think, 6 bedrooms. Man, now I forgot. Well, there's like 6 bedrooms at least, 5 or 6. And 2 of them have a double bed, so you can fit 8 full Sims in here if you want. Also though, some of the beds are kind of useless because I put pet items in this house as well, which means if you have a pet, they're gonna take up one of your household family slots, and you won't be able to have a full 8 Sims in this house unless you have a mod or something, which, to be honest, like, those mods, those are the kind that I would probably get if I actually downloaded mods. I'm not a huge fan of all the extra gameplay features that mods seem to bring, because it just feels so unnatural in the game. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just biased and I just feel like I want to pay money for all my stuff like an idiot. But yeah, those kind of fix mods are usually what I go for in game. Even like with Skyrim, which that has a crazy modded community that there's so many mods. Like, I don't even think I've seen all the mods there, and there's some ridiculous ones that why would you even have that in your game? But you know, that's Skyrim. So, and there are similar things for The Sims, but I'm just not into mods all that much. I'm rambling again. I'm not making any sense in my videos, I feel like, lately. It's been a rough week. Hey, let's talk about my work week, though. I worked a few days. It was somewhat rough because of me. Like, I just had a lot of appointments and stuff. And also, I wanted to mention that if you have requested a recreation build from me in the past, please know that I haven't forgotten about you. I am planning to do that series again. I haven't forgotten about the series. Oh, that was nice. A really loud truck just went by the road, and my window is open because it's actually good weather. I hope that wasn't too loud. Anyway, I haven't forgotten about my recreation builds or the series or any of the requests. I am going to pick it up again soon. It's just, to be completely honest, I didn't realize how much energy it would take to relearn to walk. So, yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get back in the full groove of things, which is also sometimes why I've been missing videos on the weekends, my Sims videos. Sunday is a hard day to upload, especially lately, especially now that I don't have my external hard drive. That's going to be super fun. But yeah, so work story time. Guys, I've sunken real low at my job. Real low. So it was a bad week with the lady. Just to recap, in case you're new, it's a landscaping video. Maybe somebody watches these specifically and not any builds. But I work with an elderly lady who has Alzheimer's. I just stay with her during the day and help her out with stuff, cooking meals and taking care of her dog, Jake. So this week, let's see, I went in, I think, 2 days this week because it was a rough week. Like I said, I had a lot of appointments. But anyway, I went in and Jake, he's talking a lot now recently, and it was really nice weather. So we were outside quite a bit, just working on the garden and whatnot, getting it ready for spring and summer. Just gotta clean up the garden from the winter. And Jake, I have to feed him before he leaves. I think I might have mentioned this in the last video. He always gets bad food from the lady, like people food that he should not be eating, and I don't think she really knows how to prepare his food that well anymore. So I feed him before I leave from work in the afternoon. And in this particular day, I fed him, and she noticed, which she doesn't always notice, so yeah, sometimes it's like not a big deal, but she noticed today, and she wondered why I was feeding him so early, because he usually eats at like 6 o'clock in the evening, and I leave at 5:30, so she, like, that is a small time difference to anyone, but it matters to her apparently. So she was starting to get a little upset, and so this is the part where I sunk low. I just sort of told her that Jake told me he was hungry, and so he wanted to eat. And so, yeah, the dog is talking to me now. I feel so bad. Not like, I don't really feel bad for the lady, because this is what I have to do to make sure the dog is okay, but I just never thought I would get to this point where I have to lie about a dog talking to me. I never expected this with my job, with caring for someone with Alzheimer's. You know, you learn a lot of things doing this job, and I feel like I'm getting prepared for everything with this job. Just if anything like this happens to anyone that I know, or just in general, I just feel like I'm learning about it so much. It's very interesting, even though it's sort of crazy at times. I do enjoy this job. I feel like sometimes I don't come across like I actually like this lady or the job, but I do. It's very challenging at times, but I do enjoy it. Anyway, continuing on with the stories though, yeah, after Jake told me he was hungry, I was able to feed him without a problem. She just kind of went with it. She was fine that Jake spoke to me and told me that he was hungry, and everything. I was able to leave without any incident, and it turned out pretty well. And then the next day I walked in the morning, and this poor dog is tethered up to his outside leash in the house, because I guess she never took him off the outside leash when he came through the door, so he was just trapped, tethered up inside with the rope was like, it's hooked to the door that he usually goes outside through. So when you clip him, he's just hooked to the door now inside instead of out. And it's, poor dog. I have literally no idea how long he was trapped there. And I'm really surprised that she didn't notice either, because she's usually on top of it when it comes to noticing her dog. Like, she's lacking in the actual taking care of him department, but she really like notices him always and wonders where he is and is concerned over his well-being in general. Except, you know, it was kind of an off day the day he was tethered that I went in, because later in the day somebody visited, and this dog, he's not terrible with visitors. He does jump up to new people, and especially for me in particular, when he jumps up on me, that's kind of a problem, because he always tends to jump up right on my bad leg, of course. But for the most part, it's not a problem for anybody, you know. He'll calm down after a minute or two, and then he won't really do anything at all after that. He's such a weird mellow, but I don't know. He's just a weird dog, but that's irrelevant. Anyway, after he calms down, he's totally fine. So today, like I said, someone came over and he was a little excited. Totally normal. But for some reason, it was such a big deal. She started really getting upset about it, about the dog. She was begging me to like trap him in the bathroom while the guest was over, the guest was going to stay for a little bit. So I was kind of wary to do that. I mean, if he was actually being a problem to the guest, that would be one thing, but he wasn't. So I just kind of tried to calm him down. He wasn't jumping up anymore. He just, at that point, had gone over near the person, walking fairly slowly. But again, she freaked out, so I ended up taking him outside for a little bit, and I let her and the person visit. I don't have to be right there all the time. Like, she's not gonna hurt herself if she's just sitting alone. I mean, I do try to keep nearby in case she's struggling with something and I need to, like, help her think of names or part of the story that she's getting wrong or what, something like that. But for the most part, like, I just let her visit with her friend over there, and eventually the dog wanted to come inside. It was pretty human, so I didn't want to keep him out the whole time. And again, as soon as I brought him in, she was just getting really upset and telling me to put him in the bathroom. And I tried to reason with her that he wasn't being a bother and he would be fine just laying out in the living room. But at that point, she was so worked up, I should have just done it myself, but she ended up grabbing the dog and like literally dragging him to the bathroom, and there was nothing I could do about it except just, oh, this poor dog. So yeah, it was a sad time. Anyway, I'm about done with this speed build, I just realized, so I'm going to cut off here. I hope you enjoyed the build. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!